Welcome back and thank you for joining us. It's time to hear your opinion concerning the topic we'll be discussing this morning. Do well to pick up your phones and call us in. You can also reach us by sending in a WhatsApp message and sharing your thoughts. Now, today we're putting on the front burner of a story that touches every Nigerian household: Nigeria's borrowing. Are things getting out of hand? Now, as of June 2025, Nigeria's total public debt reached 152 trillion naira, with domestic borrowing climbing past 80 trillion naira. And just yesterday, the National Assembly approved a fresh 1.15 trillion naira loan, despite President Tinubu's earlier assurance that the government had stopped taking domestic loans. But what does this mean for ordinary Nigerians? Families who already struggle with rising fuel, food and electricity costs may soon feel the burden of debt repayment through high taxes, reduced public services or inflation. Now, economists warn that borrowing without clear fiscal discipline and productive investment is like mortgaging the future of our children and grandchildren, could be paying for today's shortfalls. Now, experts say borrowing isn't the problem, it's how the money is used. When loans don't translate into feasible infrastructure, jobs or social programs, ordinary Nigerians end up footing the bill. From teachers waiting months for salaries to parents struggling with healthcare costs, the human impact is real and immediate. So we want to hear from you this morning. How is Nigeria's rising debt affecting your life? Call us in and share your experience, and let's discuss whether a country's borrowing is a necessary lifeline or a growing burden. The numbers are displayed on your screen. You can call us in this morning and also send in your WhatsApp messages. We'd love to hear from you this morning on the topic at hand. Hauwa, what is your take when it comes to the debt Nigeria is, into? Because right now our total debt is over 100 trillion naira, and that is really a huge figure. What is your take?
You know what experts always say is not so much as the borrowing or the implications of the borrowing, but the issue is how does the federal government plan on repaying those loans. But let's take our first caller this morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Hauwa. Good morning, Maimuna. How are you today?
Oh, very well, thank you. Good morning, Adi. Thank you for calling in.
Yeah, thank you. These are getting out of hand. If you have been doing things in the right way, I wouldn't mind borrowing. But since you have been borrowing, what are you using money for? The corruption, the level of corruption is too much. You see, that is why I'm afraid now for Gen Z coming up, because this debt is getting too much. And we are seeing corruption. 3 or 4 days ago, National Assembly, we are fighting with NNPC that is new levy $117 billion. For years. Where is that money? We don't need to borrow. We will have the money, but the corruption is too much. In 2 weeks' time now, they are doing our budget here. All of us now have been tightening our belts because they are going to raise tax. Because that's the only thing they have here. Looking like it is nothing. So we are going to pay more tax now. Everybody is panicking. But they don't want to borrow again. That's good. But in a year, we keep on borrowing. And we are not seeing a good hospital. We are not seeing a good, if you go to university, they don't like, they don't have water. So I don't know what they are using this money for. So me, I'm not happy about it because things are not going the way it should go. Because when they call corrupt everywhere, National Assembly, they are turning to rubber stamp now. Everything they approve. I don't know whether they give me the constituency allowance about that. I don't know. Because this is not good for the people coming up. We are getting older, and now we are just incurring debt for the Gen coming up. So it doesn't make me happy. You can't go to a hospital in Nigeria and get medication free. No. They will write for you, go and buy it. It's not like that before in the olden days. You go to dispensary, we call it dispensary there. Everybody has it in their local. The Bible bring it for us. But now everything is gone. We don't have it 3 or 2. Our people are dying. Don't mind all malaria. They are dying. Eh? But what can we do? We just have to shouting. There's nothing we can do than be talking. But what we can do, and the power we have, is to call God, for God to intervene in the affairs of our country. That's the only power we have now. Apart from that, there's nothing we can do. Just be shouting. So, but God will rescue our country, and God will take care of my country, and God will bless Nigeria. God bless you, my sisters, and God bless you and trust you. Good morning.
Good morning, Ade. Thank you for
calling
in. Just like you've rightly stated, and while we're going through our introduction, we would, agree that borrowing is not the enemy here. The important thing is, what do we use this money for, and how we intend to pay them back.
Absolutely.
That is looking at servicing of this debt, because for every 100 naira that is being earned in this country, 80 naira is being used to pay the debt, and it leaves little or nothing to even want to invest in infrastructures like roads, schools, and what
absolutely. And when you look at the whole year for the 2025, there's been a lot of debt that has been collected by the country, both domestic and external sources as well. And looking at all these debt, you would wonder, okay, these debt have been collected, right? We've borrowed, the country has borrowed, but there isn't a clear picture of how we are supposed to utilize, as you said. The important thing is how you're utilizing those funds that have been borrowed and how you plan on paying. Because if you don't plan, you obviously plan to fail at the end of the day. But there isn't a clear-cut plan pushed forth for at least Nigerians to understand that, okay, this is the whole reason for getting these debts, and this is how we intend to pay them back.
All right, we have a caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, good morning, Trust TV.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Douglas, calling from Jos Plateau State.
Good morning, Douglas. Go ahead.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not going to say a few things. Indeed, the country is really getting out of hand. Things are getting worse. Okay, it's so disheartening to see that this the elites are borrowing $1 trillion plus. Wow. Huh?
Hello, Douglas. Kindly turn down the volume of your TV set so we can hear you clearly.
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
All right. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. Please go ahead.
Yeah, to be sincerely speaking, what the elites are doing is like they are beating the masses and also telling them to shut up. And it's not possible. They are borrowing this money and yet they are not using it to do anything. There is starvation, malnutrition, insecurity. It's just clear that these elites, they don't even care about the masses of Nigeria. They are just after their pocket and what they stand to get. It occurred to me that yesterday I was about to recharge from my bank, recharge my phone. I noticed they slashed my money. 1,000 naira recharge card. They slashed almost 200 from my bank. So they also went to, in fact, I saw from the news yesterday that people are complaining that even when you go to the ATM to withdraw, the way they take money from masses that are saving their money in the bank is too much. Yeah? This airline, they don't have any plans for this country. They don't have any good things for this country, honestly speaking.
All right.
I'm telling you.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Douglas, for calling in this morning and sharing your thoughts. Hauwa, part of the problem that we need to understand is that for now, Nigeria is not generating enough. When you look at our oil revenue, enough is not coming in. And when you look at our tax collection, it's not, it's tallying as well. And when we keep, borrowing, when the government keeps borrowing to, put things in order, it's like a cycle. We keep going on and on and on and on, and this debt keeps piling up.
Exactly,
and the biggest
where I wanted to get to as
it keeps
well.
piling up. And then we talk about the future of this country. We don't want a situation whereby our children will be the ones to suffer in repaying this debt back. But then we have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning. My name is Adamu Hassan from Kuje.
Good morning,
Good
Adamu.
morning.
Okay. Yeah, my advice to the Nigeria is that this government keep on borrowing, and let us ask the government what about the fuel subsidy that they remove and the tax that they put on people, both communication and bank charges. What are they doing with the money? And they still continue borrowing money with no any infrastructure in the nation. People are suffering. No standard electricity. No food security. No security on people's. So this government, please let Nigeria should come out and express their feeling, because this is getting out of hand. Keep on borrowing without any solution. We didn't see any development in this country, rather the hardship that people have been facing throughout the nation. You remove a fuel subsidy, telling Nigeria that things will be okay, and still you are still borrowing money. Nothing. People are not every day different hardship. Today on different, tomorrow on another different. So in fact, let Nigeria come out. We keep on looking at those national families, so-called national families, that they are just rubber stamp people. Whatever they just brought on their table, they'll just approve it. And they're thinking that some of them cannot even go to their constituency because they know what is happening here. But when it is time for the election period, they will keep on going. This is a full Nigeria. Look at what they are borrowing money for. If you are in a PDP, they will know you as a governor, they will give you 250 billion naira to join APC. The senators, they are giving them 1 billion. House of Representatives, 500 million. What are they? Is that not what they are borrowing and doing? And we in Nigeria will keep on just stay quiet and be watching those people, just people that they are not of 500 something, and they misleading Nigeria. Let people know how to vote those people out in 2027. We should remove our greediness about money or forget about party. All those national assemblies, please let Nigeria be wise. Flush all of them out. They are not there for us. They are there for themselves. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for that. You know, Maimuna, you just spoke about debts piling up, and so far we have both domestic and external debts. And at this point, most of the domestic borrowings are to cover the unfunded portion of the 14.10 trillion budget deficit. And the list just keeps going on.
And that is the fear.
Right,
now we have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning, Maimuna Bagudu. Good morning, Hauwa. Good morning, Trust TV. Good morning, Nigeria. This is Shetima Yakudima calling from Maiduguri.
Good morning,
Shetima. Thank you for calling in.
Thank you very much. Well, honestly speaking, I want Nigerians to know something. These are our representatives, both House of Senate and House of Reps. They are there for themselves. This borrowing is seen that it don't even go out of hand, but it's wickedness. It's wickedness. Why did I say so? Because you only borrow if you are liking. There is no reasonable person that will borrow after all he have enough. They have more than enough. Nigeria have more than enough. What is the essence of borrowing? And this borrowing cannot become reality unless and until these two houses, they have endorsed for it. Then as my brother now just dropped the phone was saying, we should catch out our desire for money, for mudu of rice, for sugar and everything. Let us wake up. These people, they come among us. We should show them the way out 2027. That's the only thing that we can rescue our country. Because it's a shame. It's a shame, honestly speaking. The coming generation, they will come. And by the time they come, they see huge debt in their country, and there is nothing to show about. How do you think they will forgive us? We will all be in a train of blame. Because the coming generation, they will never ever forgive us. Because if you look at the amount they borrow, if you take the quantum of work, they have never come, honestly speaking, you cannot even compare. And what are they doing? They remove the fuel subsidy. They say they have more than what they want. And borrowing for what? You borrow if you are lucky. But you have more than enough, you are still borrowing. What are you going to do with it? You see, that's the fundamental problem that we're having. Nigerians, please, we should wake up. No matter what, we make sure that we have our voters card with us. Very close. Let's always keep it aside. Let us wait for 2027. So we show them their way out. Because they are all bad eggs. They are not there to solve the problem of Nigeria, but they are there to create more problems for Nigeria. Look at what we are doing now. Look at Nigeria today. No sound education, no health, no security, nothing. What are they doing with the money? Thank you so much and have a nice day.
Thank you, Shatima,
so
for calling in. I'm still talking about this borrowing. I'm glad you made mention of transparency and carry Nigerians along when it's time to borrow, how we intend to make use of these funds, how we intend to pay. Now, for every time Nigerians are talking about, the loans and the debts that we have in this country, no one is saying that it is bad to borrow. At least we know that, other countries do borrow, but we'll always say the most important thing is how we get to use this debt and these loans that we get from, places we get these loans from. Irresponsible borrowing will not, make the country move forward, especially when you're borrowing to pay salaries, when you're borrowing to,
pay pensions
and what have you. You are not borrowing to create jobs, to do the needful, whereby at the end of the day, even when you're paying this debt, you feel a bit relaxed because you know that your country has already benefited from that particular loan that you're collecting.
Well, I believe borrowing should be in relation to the revenue generation as well.
Absolutely.
But let's take our next caller. Hello, good morning. Thank you for joining us. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, good morning. I think
I believe we lost our caller. Make sure you call us in.
The phone lines are still open and the numbers are displayed on your screen. You can also send us a WhatsApp message. And this morning we're asking the question about Nigeria's borrowing. Are things getting out of hand? As a Nigerian, what do you think about the loans that we keep collecting in this country? Are we seeing in reality what these loans are being used for? We urge you to call us in this morning and share your thoughts on this topic. Hauwa, do you have another thing to add? Okay, I think we have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning.
Good morning. Kindly turn down the audio of your TV set so we can hear you clearly.
I can do it.
Thank you.
I can do it. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Oh, very well, thank you.
I'm Solomon Adamu from Benedict.
Thank you for calling in, Solomon. Go ahead.
I not have much to say, but Nigerians are not ready to do what will benefit us. The Senate and the House of Representatives and the Executive, they want to benefit themselves only. They don't want a common person to benefit. Thank you.
All right, thank you very
so
much
much for calling in.
That was quick and short.
Yes, quick and short.
Absolutely.
And straight. I think we should go through our WhatsApp messages. We have some WhatsApp messages this morning concerning what we're discussing. The phone lines are still open. You can call us in. We'd love to hear from you this morning concerning the topic at hand. What do you think about the borrowing in the country, Hauwa?
Well, looking at, what is going on, both internal, should I say domestic or external debt. When it comes to the external debt, it is quite a lot. But, the federal government said and clarified that the larger multi-year external borrowing plan does not represent, immediate debt obligations, but as a framework for planned project-tied, drawdowns over several years. And for it to be over several years, that brings us to where we think that, is it that our other or next generations would have to be the ones to bear the brunt, of these debts that the country is borrowing. But let's
we have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Okay, good morning. This is Matthias Ajava calling from Canada.
Thank you for calling us in this
Thank you for
morning.
calling in.
Go ahead.
Go ahead with your thoughts.
concerning every individual living in Nigeria. The boring has gone so bad. The group of leaders appears.
All right, please make sure you call us back in because your audio is quite unclear at this point.
All right,
do
well to call us back so we can hear you clearly. We have some WhatsApp messages. I think we have one from Adamu Mohammed Usman, and he's sending in from Kafang House, Jigawa State. And it says, good morning, our articulated presenters. I wish you well. Good morning, everyone. I'm totally lost. In short, I am speechless. All I will try to say is just to pray. May Allah see us through and may He come to our aid, make it easy for us. To be candid, things are getting out of hand. My fellow Nigerians, let's keep praying for our country's situation. I thank you, Ahmed Usman, for sending in your message this morning. I think we have all the WhatsApp messages.
Yes, we
keep
have
your messages coming in so we can be able to read
hear
it
your
out.
thoughts. Yes, we have another message from Comrade Maji. Obili Festus from Nasarawa State. He says, good morning. Yes, Nigeria's borrowing is getting out of hand. It's quite concerning to see how Nigeria's borrowing continues to climb without any clear signs of genuine progress. Are these loans really making a difference? Or are we just digging ourselves deeper into debt that future generations will have to deal with? We really need to hold ourselves accountable and rethink our approach to debt before it turns into an economic trap. Thank you very much, Maji, Comrade Maji Obili Festus.
All right, we have another.
We have a caller right now. Hello, good morning. Thank you for joining us. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Thank you, Hauwa. Thank you, Maimuna. Shetima Kudima back again.
Thank you for calling back,
Shetima. Go ahead.
You know, sometimes people are misunderstanding things. They are saying other countries are borrowing. We agree other countries are borrowing. But I strongly believe, if to say they have what Nigeria have, they will not borrow. I'm telling you this, they will not borrow. As I said earlier, you can only borrow if you don't have. And you have a need on ground. So you borrow and solve their problem. But here in Nigeria, we have more than enough. We have enough that it will cater us. We have enough that will fix every problem that we have. But why are we borrowing? Why are we borrowing? What we have is enough for them to enrich themselves. And they have already enriched themselves. And then what is the essence of borrowing? If not out of wickedness. I don't want to make the coming generation to be slaves. Or what are they trying to do? That's the fundamental problem that we're having. All these people that they are living in red chamber and green chamber, all they are thinking is themselves. They do not think for anybody. They do not think for the nation. They do not have interest for the common man. What they are thinking is themselves and their immediate family. Even their talks. Even these boys that they are recruiting, the boys of masses, they hold matches and knives are doing things. They only give them a chicken change to destroy their life. That's the fundamental problem that we're having. They are creating insecurity day by day. You see, please Nigerians, we should try as much as possible to put the ethnic differences and the religion differences. We should make a better coup 2027. We should make a better coup. Choose the right people, put them in the right places so that we can see change. Thank you so much and have a nice day.
Thank you, Shetima, for calling back.
Yes, we have another message from Oseni M.A. in Lagos. And they said, good morning, Nigeria is a country that is taking a backward step in every policy and management to destroy the future. We are here today because of wrong steps and policies of yesterday's government. Thank you very much, Oseni M.A. from Lagos State.
Okay, we have another WhatsApp message from Nandi Betty from Ogoja. It says on the issue of borrowing, it says on the issue of borrowing, the very irritating headache about this government is not the penchant for borrowing, but what the borrowed trillions of naira are used for. Nothing appears to be working for the ordinary citizen. The dilapidated primary schools infrastructure, the worsening roads network, the devastating hunger and general hardship, for instance, put a huge question mark on the integrity of government. The poor usage of the huge loans by the borrowers leaves so much to be desired in the area of accountability. Now, meanwhile, the future of the present young generation is already mortgaged, just as the nation's stability is grievously at stake. This irresponsible borrowing should be put to an end as things are getting out of hand. Thank you, Nandi Biti, for sending in your message this morning.
All right, we have a caller. Hello, good morning. Thank you for joining us. What is your name and where are you calling from? Good morning.
I'm someone that you calling from Niger State.
All right, thank you for calling in. Go ahead with your thoughts.
I believe President Tinubu is trying. Nigeria is a large country that cannot be governed easily. But by what we are hearing through the media, Nigeria is one of the richest countries in the world. Why borrowing? Please, to advise the economic experts to advise Mr. President very well, so that our natural resources can be harmonized. Because if we continue borrowing, I don't think we will harness our natural resources. There are a lot of natural resources in this country. And I believe, although whatever the Mr. President gives, it cannot satisfy all. Nigeria is a very large country with many ethnic groups and culture. So therefore, I believe Mr. President is trying. But let him try more. Let the economic experts advise him more so that we can harness our natural resources, so that Nigeria should grow richer than what we are experiencing now. Because at the end of the whole situation, I'm not happy with what is happening. But the economic experts, I advise them to put more effort so that Mr. President can do more what he's doing than what is happening now. Thank you very much.
Thank you for calling
very
in
much
and
for
sharing
that.
your thoughts.
All right, we still have a couple of WhatsApp messages here with us. We have a message from, there is no name on this particular one, but it's quite a lengthy one. Nigeria's borrowing situation is indeed concerning. The country has exceeded its 2025 borrowing target by 55.6%, with a total debt of 17.36 trillion naira as of October 2025. This excessive borrowing has raised concerns about debt sustainability, fiscal discipline, and the potential crowding out of private sector credit. Now, as they said, overall, Nigeria's borrowing situation requires careful management to avoid a debt crisis. Thank you very much for that. But next time, please, when sending your WhatsApp message, make it short and precise so that we have more time to take other WhatsApp messages. We have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Thank you for joining us. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning, ladies. This is Abaseko calling from Gombe State.
Good morning, Abaseko.
And the entire board members of Trust TV.
Good morning.
Trust TV, you are doing wonderfully well. I really appreciate this station. Dynamic, wonderful, and fantastic station. Yes, going straight to the point. Today's story is a very welcome development. To me, the president is really trying, but he does not have good advisors. That is my own. And Namdi Betty has said it from Ogoja. And Shetima, my lovely friend, he has also analyzed the issue. The fact remains that we should remove them. Those that are not doing well, we should remove them. I want to give a breakdown of what is happening in Zimbabwe now. Zimbabwe, they are having steel rolling mill. And then they invited China. They have the highest steel rolling mill in the world, as of now, and the biggest company. Go and. People are investigating journalists. Go and verify. Now we have Ajakuta still rolling mill. Russians were the one handling it. Why did they abandon that project? And look, I want you people to understand, there is no country that moves forward without steel. Great Britain stole our steel rolling, stole our steel from here, and they became. China depended on steel. They don't have it. That is why they are building rockets, launchers, all these planes, everything. Look at Ukraine that are having war now. They are building equipment. Look at Germany. They have what? Steel. They are working on it. Why is it that we have abandoned our own? The fact remains that the National Assembly and the House of Representatives, they are not doing well. Why borrowing money? Borrowing. They want to sell me because when these people come back to collect their money, it will be a problem. Look at what is happening in EU versus Russia. 210 trillion euros. They want to seize it in Holland, and now they are still kicking against it. And Holland, they are saying the Eurobond, if they release this money to Ukraine, how will they pay the money? They are the ones that will pay back this money. So why are we doing all this to ourselves? They want us to come and sell Nigeria because you are borrowing from France, you are borrowing from London that they don't have anything. We are borrowing from them. We are also borrowing from America. We are borrowing from China. Hauwa. What kind of country is this? We don't. The 10th Assembly, they should kick them out. In fact, kick them out like buckets. Thank you, Hauwa and Bagudu. God bless Trust TV. God bless Nigeria. God will continue to move us forward. The bad leaders, they will be sent packing. Inshallah.
Thank you very much,
Thank you,
Thank you so much.
Calling in this morning.
All right, still looking at this issue, having to understand that everything that needs to be done when it comes to getting, or borrowing at this point needs to be for the benefit of Nigerians, because when details are not available for Nigerians to discern and understand what is going on, it automatically brings in assumption whereby these things are being done for only the benefit of those that are have access to those funds. But let's take our next caller. Hello, good morning. Thank you for joining us. What is your name and where are you calling from? Yes, you're on Trust TV. Thank you for joining us. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Yes, interesting program of situation in Nigeria.
Can you please turn down the volume of your TV?
Okay, I'm away from the TV now. I left the panel.
All right, thank you. Please go ahead.
Are you hearing me now?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, I'll have you follow from Congo.
Good morning.
I'll have you from Congo. How are you?
Well, very well. Thank you, Alhaji Saleh, for calling in. But we can still hear
the feedback from your TV. All right, make sure you call us back. While calling in, please do make sure you switch off your television set or turn your volume all the way down so that we can hear you clearly and you can put your point across as well.
Absolutely. Now, I'm still talking about Nigerians borrowing, but I know a lot of people would ask, at what point did we start borrowing
in Nigeria?
In Nigeria again.
It's been a long-standing tradition.
It's been a long-standing tradition. But when you look at, I think in 2025, under President Olusegun Obasanjo, where we had the intervention of the Paris Club, where, our debts were being, laid off. At least we had a smooth run, and then it started again. Now, but that particular big question that people keep asking is, we need transparency, we need accountability. As you're borrowing these funds, please carry Nigerians along. Let us know what you're using this money for, and let us see it in reality as well. We have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning. My name is Bagudu Sunday, calling from Lagos. Precisely.
Thank you for calling in.
Thank you for calling in. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm enjoying your anchor. That's very good. But we have to be truthful to ourselves. Really, our leaders are not telling us the good thing. They are not doing us good. As a Nigerian now, there is nothing we can post of that we are enjoying. We are not enjoying good health. We are not enjoying good health facility. No good road. No electricity. Education very expensive. What then? It is not forbidden to borrow. It is not a crime to borrow. You borrow for investment. Where is the money going? Where do they channel it to? Is it target? Is it using on the very, very target or the purpose of borrowing? No. Look at, they are there for themselves alone. Let us be exact. They are there for themselves alone, buying expensive cars, traveling from one country to the other. That is not. It is not good. Okay, like one of the callers said about our rolling mill. Look at our data complex. It is there lying waste. Look at Alajasti complex in data state. Where is it? All these that are lying for, we are not using them. Our children are going outside the country, enslaving themselves, doing odd jobs. It is not done. It's our leaders now. Are they not hearing what we are saying? Are they not listening to us? Why is it that they cannot go back and sit down and sit back and do the needful? We are borrowing, owing all nations. Look at we have good foreign land for agriculture. We are well blessed by nature. What are we doing? Look at our gold there. Look at our oil. Excuse me. The thing is that with the weaponized protest and our election is no longer reliable. Otherwise, when we go there with our vote, we cast them away. So they should listen to us and do the needful. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for that. I believe we have a couple of WhatsApp messages still that we could take. We have a message from Benson Stephen from Kaduna. He says, good morning, presenters. Honestly, I think the real issue isn't just that Nigeria is borrowing, but how transparent the whole process is. Borrowing can help any nation grow if it's done responsibly, but without openness and accountability, it becomes unjust. People deserve to know what the loans are for, how they are spent, and how they'll benefit the country. Transparency is what turns debt into development. Without it, it's just another burden on the people. Thank you very much, Benson Stephen from Kaduna.
We have another WhatsApp message from Sylvester from Makodi, and it says, members of the opposition in the parliament are supposed to check the excesses of government, but all of them are there to grab as much wealth as possible. Every money borrowed, the members are alleged to receive a percentage of it, so they cannot say no to whatever amount the government intends to borrow. Thank you, Sylvester from Makodi, for sending in your message.
All right, we have another one from Angelo Iro from Abia State. He says the continuous borrowing in this country has become a recurring decimal. This is a bad omen to the Nigerian citizens and their future. The way should they continue to borrow? That it means all our sectors are not functioning again. Nigerians should wake up before it becomes worse. The APC government have no plan, no focus, no framework. They don't deserve to be leaders. Nigeria should rise against the bad omen. Thank you, Angelo Iro, for that.
Another WhatsApp message without a name and where the person is sending in a message from. It says, good morning, Trust TV and the presenters. I'm Paul from Delta State. To me, I would say any government that borrowed should endeavor to pay back before leaving office. Thanks. Thank you for sending in your message.
All right, we have another message from Abdullahi Bubami Guru from Zamfara. It says 16 years of PDP, they collected 11 trillion. Buhari government shot it to 77 trillion, but Tinubu in just 2 years added over 70 trillion, while majority of citizens are in abject poverty. All right, thank you, Abdullahi Buba. Migoro.
We have another WhatsApp message from Peter Michael, and he's sending in from Cross River State, Calabar. He says, borrowing in Nigeria is becoming a serious matter that needs urgent attention. If not, one day the owner of this money will come back and change our name. Thanks. Thank you for sending in.
All right. I believe we have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Thank you for joining us. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, my name is Vincent, calling from Gombe.
All right, thank you for calling in, Vincent. Go ahead, your thoughts.
I'm really watching the show, and it's an interesting topic, honestly. So, the issue of Nigerian borrowing it's not really a bad thing. But the thing is this: the countries that we're borrowing from are still people like us. Yes, there are still people like us. Sometimes we just have to wonder why we have to ask ourselves, how are they even getting their own money? And why we claiming to be the guys of Africa, why can't we just be the leader of the African continent? Why can't we just be on top, be on top of the African continent? In the issue of borrowing, we in Nigeria, we need to ask ourselves, the Nigerian government has to ask themselves, we need to do more things that would create a global recognition for the world. Like they would say, okay, Nigeria is doing this and this and this. Wow, it's an interesting movement for them. Borrowing, if you want to borrow, you borrow and invest and create a mind-blowing activity in the country that would go viral in the whole country. Something like building the tallest building in Africa. Something like creating opportunities for students that are seeking for jobs, like graduates that are looking for jobs. There are so many things to do with this money. Things Nigeria are so talented, and they need opportunities just for them to advance their skills and so many things that they have learned from schools. So it's not just about borrowing and using it for some kind of things that we don't see, but it's about borrowing and investing for the citizens.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you for calling in this morning, and thank you to everyone who called in this morning to share their thoughts and also sent in their WhatsApp message to contribute on the topic this morning.